What's going down, everybody? It's that fly muchacho accomplice. And being in the radio biz, I meet a lot of very interesting and impactful people in the culture. And I get to have great conversations with them. And these are artists who you should even add to your playlist. This is Must See TV. I want to welcome y'all to Fly Muchacho Radio. Ooh, you know we jamming tonight, man. After I was at the party, K104. Your home for DFW's hip-hop and R&B. I'm that fly muchacho accomplice. And you know I keep my eyes and ears to the street. And today I got a guest, the hottest artist out of South Texas.
Hey.
Let him know who's sitting with me.
Yo, this is an OG, man. And you know I got to show love to Accomplice, man, because I wouldn't be where I'm at without him. So I appreciate you. I see K-Pack in the building.
Yes, sir. The shooter, man, my shooter. Yo, since you know, whenever I started over here, you were like one of my first interviews. We never dropped it because we were still getting the format down.
Right.
But since then, the way our format changed. But your rise in popularity has been crazy because it ain't even been a year. That was last year in April. And we're in February now, and you've had multiple hits. So for the people who ain't heard of Uno G, maybe they've lived under a rock, how would you describe the type of music you make?
Man, I would say just real music, you know, life situations, being able to put my personal experiences with other people's, you know, likeness. So if I feel like I can relate to other people the best possible, you know, keeping it real, that's what I try to do. So
Yeah, musical substance.
right.
And I feel like that's what you're bringing. And man, your rise in popularity in this past year has been crazy. Is this the pace that you thought it would go, or is it surprising to you?
Honestly, I haven't thought about that. I'm just thinking, man, go out there and the next day attack it like if nothing's going on, and I'm trying to just, you know, grind like from the start again because, you know, it's just a mentality I feel like I have to have. I had the same mentality when I played baseball, so, you know, just go out there with that humble mentality. I haven't done nothing. I got to get somewhere now type and just go out there and try to make bread while you on the grind, you know?
Yeah, all in, all money in. And for the people who don't know, Uno G's background is an athlete. He was a professional baseball pitcher.
Yeah, man, and actually I played in Mexico, so prayers out to Mexico right now with what's going on.
Yes,
that's pretty,
facts.
it's intense. But yeah, I played in Mexico a long time, so I got to play for a good 13 years professionally, and it taught me a lot because a lot of what baseball teaches me, I feel like I've been able to put into the music. And it goes pretty well. So
Yeah, because to be a pro athlete, I mean, it's a lot of dedication, determination, discipline. It's the same thing in music.
Yeah, it is, especially the way you got to attack a game. Like when someone thinks about playing a baseball game, I'm pretty sure any game, you think about the outcome.
Yeah.
You think about the final, right? But when you play and you have to really be in the game, you start realizing it ain't about the outcome. It's about the first pitch. It's about the first inning. It's about getting that first guy out. And then you start realizing your odds are better and you start finishing your game. All of a sudden, now you won a 3-1 ball game, right? But if you think about the outcome, I got to throw 7 innings today. Usually they ain't good outings. So you got to take it step by step. I think music's the same way, so.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And, man, the run's been crazy in this past year, okay? You've worked with some big names. Can you name a few of the names that you dropped a project during the summer called Consistency, Fire? Can you name,
Appreciate
for the
that.
people that may not know or maybe not have heard it, what's a
Man.
song from that album you would tell them, hey, go push play on this? Or from any of your catalog, be like, you'll become a fan. What song would you tell them to go push play?
I really think that album, you can click any song and it'll be a good representation of myself. But I really like the one we gonna play today with R&B Mob, Don't Know None. And it got done here in Dallas too at Marsh Studios. So it was one
right
of those,
after we left the radio station.
Right.
With FOMO.
I had a lot of features on that album from OT, OC Chris, Baby Youngin, Lil Flip, Bun B.
Kirk
the one,
Bangs.
yeah, Kirk Bangs. The one with FOMO though, we sat down and constructed that song a little more than with the other artists. It's usually just you pull up, do the verse, other one pull the verse, you know, and you out.
Yeah, this one y'all built everything from scratch. I was at the
Yeah,
studio
so we
session,
got
that was-
so, and to me, I feel like that's the one that I like personally the most. But there's a lot of songs on there, a lot of artists I work with. Lil Flip on there, I like Running It Back, but that's a little bit of an older song that I had. So, you know, I like listening to the newer music.
Good record. And look, we're going to go ahead and get to it. That way, if you don't know, this is one of the jams that you got to add to your playlist. Uno G, R&B Mob. What's the name of the song?
Don't Know None.
Don't Know None. You know where you heard it first. Fly Muchacho Radio, stamped, approved, certified, Uno G. There you go. Ooh, exclusive R&B FOMO Uno G. It's that Texas representation, man. 956 to the 210.
We coming up fast, we breaking it down, separating the cash. Yeah, I'm riding around with my piece on the dash. Yeah, I keep it G till I'm in my casket. They talking about me, but they don't know nothing. I cut out the rest, they got fed to the circus. My homies, they look like they work for the service. We stay strapped like we flying to turbulence, all for a purpose. Diamond chains all on my surface. Give me my 50 like Curtis. I need my half and I need it early. Nothing but warriors like I play with Curry. Don't approach me with what don't concern me. Homie just left the attorney next to the play like I'm at the derby. Me and four miles to most of the dirty. They don't even know none. Copy this way so they little niggas over. Walk in the spot, no breaks from the door. Sip on some drinks till I start feeling turned. Pump at the grill like a Kansas. I got bad bitches sending the tangents. 2 sticks and 25 bands in the mansion. Set up the money doing at the mansion. When it come to that bird, I'm a age. I need the ladies to leave the candy. Take a white look like there's up on a rabbit. Bird down the book of 2 to test like candy. I got this shit at the door like a rabbit.
Add this to your playlist right now, man. Uno G in the building.
My shit know the haters can't stand it. I know they can't stand it. I gotta do what I do for the family. I see them reaching one on they hand me. I gotta watch who I letting around me. No making decisions without me. I don't want you around if you doubt me. Heard the homie just transfer the county. They give him 10 like intentional grounding. I keep it moving, my homie, we rolling. I ain't making time if this shit ain't important. I just got the card, they just send me the corners. You know that I ball like I play for the Hornets. I don't talk, I don't deal with informers. Yeah, we out in these streets like we homeless. He either a homie or he in the comments. Yeah, they don't know none, they just making assumptions. Why they talking my name and they don't even know none. Copy this way so these little niggas over. Walk in the spot, no breaks from the door. Sip on some drinks till I start feeling turned. Pump at the grill like a Kansas. I got bad bitches sending the tangents. 2 sticks and 25 bands in the mansion. Set up the money doing at the mansion. When you come to that bird, I'm a age. I need the ladies to leave the candy. Take a white look like there's up on a rabbit. Bird down the book of 2 to test like candy. I got this shit at the door like a rabbit. She let me have it, had to go and stand. She chain on me heavy, diamond steady flashing. Pop my shit, know the haters can't stand it.
Add that to your playlist right now, man. You know when you heard it first. Fly Muchacho Radio. There you go. Ooh, that was an exclusive right there, man. R&B FOMO Uno G. Don't know nothing. Hey, who make a beat like that?
Man, shout out to Gem Cutters. We call him G down south. I heard a beat. I showed it to him. He remade it. I told him, I needed something a little more my style. And that happened to be the one that FOMO picked. So it actually, that was the one I was feeling too. So good pick. Shout out G.
Man, that was crazy right there. I ain't even gonna lie. And I know that it's doing numbers on the streaming. It's over 100, over 100,000 on streaming platforms. On YouTube, over 20,000. And this is organic. Like everything you've been doing in the past 6 months to 9 months has just really been catching the wave. If right now, where you're at, next album, like you said, Consistency had a lot of features on there. Who would be the dream feature to put on the project that's coming out this year?
Oh, man. I would love to work with Chris Brown.
R and Breezy?
Yeah, Chris Brown. Who else? I mean, you want to think big, Drake, but I would say Chris Brown would be my number one pick.
Would you do it the same way you did FOMO, get in the studio and work with him? Or would you like to be like, I got to take this home and write? I need some.
Nah, I want to be there in the studio. That's the best right there. It's like being in the game. I don't want to go home and practice. I want to do it right here. So
the pressure, it don't even, do you feel it?
I think I need to feel the pressure. If not, I don't feel like it's not there.
So you rise to the occasion.
I need to feel it, yeah. I need to feel it.
Man.
And that's part of the reason why I love doing this,
The stages. I mean, you've rocked some of the biggest stages. You got some big shows. Right now, you're on tour with Cartel Bo. You got some shows with Kodak Black coming up. Like some big things coming right now. And that's why I had to bring you to the big station, because I think you're slept on. I think the music that you have, I mean, yeah, you have 10,000 monthly listeners on streaming, but I still think like you're slept on. But are you like one of the biggest artists out of South Texas, or are there more people making noise out there?
There's people out there making noise. I ain't worried about being the biggest out of the South. I want to be the biggest out of Texas.
Yeah.
So, but shout out to everybody down there doing it. I think that the Valley right now is an untapped market that's growing faster than ever. So I think it's
Yeah,
the
hip
perfect
hop's
time.
making some noise out there. I'm
Yeah,
noticing
for
that.
sure. A lot more artists, a lot more people putting in work, a lot more people investing in themselves. Before, nobody down there did that. So that's why we're starting to see a difference now.
Yeah, and I think it's dope, you being one of the representation and making dope music, because what happens is a lot of times when they think your ethnicity Mexican, right?
Right.
They kind of think stereotypical, like it's gonna be like cholo type of rap. And then when we come out with this, like you have songs for the ladies, you have club bangers, you got street records, but you also, your versatility, what I really like about it is you make them songs that it's a different compliment when someone's like, I like that, that's cool. And when someone says, man, I felt that. And you got records, like there's a record you did with Chingo Bling,
Yeah.
The Long Way Home. Is that what it's called?
Long Road Home. Yeah.
Long Road Home, where it's one of them real records where you're not just glorifying the streets all the time, you're also talking about, hey man, this is real life.
Yeah, I try to tie that in every song because even if it's like, you hear a beat and you're like, this is something that sounds more for the club, it sounds more for, turning up, I still try to preach in that, I still try to say what I need to say and find a way to still put Uno G on that. I don't like to just rap for no reason, put lyrics out there for no reason. So everything got to mean something. Everything's got to have.
So what's the formula? Do you have an idea when you go to the studio and look for a beat, or do you just go off the beat? Or
Yeah, I go off the beat. So whatever I feel the beat's to try to say, I try to just go off that. And then what's going on right now in the world, what people are talking about.
Yeah, current events.
Yeah.
But being so versatile, do you feel like you're always making people like, man, I know they're going to love this type of song? Or are you just telling the Uno G story?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm trying to make something that I feel I would like to listen to. I'm not really worried about anybody else's opinion on it. If they like it, cool. If they don't, it's all good. I know I'm keeping it real, and I know that 90% of the other people out here ain't keeping it real.
Facts.
So, it just depends what you want to hear,
But coming from like the background of a professional athlete, when did you start taking music serious? Like, yo, I'm gonna go in all this. Like, when was that?
I took it serious when I got out of. I've always taken it serious. I take that back. But as far as like really investing in myself,
Yeah, went to the studio. I'm gonna make a single, work on an album.
that was right after I broke my wrist, and I realized that baseball was probably over. And I always told myself I'm gonna do baseball first because it's my youth, and then I do music. So when that happened, I don't want to say that right away I was like, okay, this is my music thing. But after a little bit, I started getting in the studio and I go, hey, man, if I would have waited any longer, I don't know if I would have been doing this music thing. So it might have just been purposely done, So I'm just going based off that. Ever since then, I haven't looked back.
So when
I met
recorded-
you, So.
Yeah, hell yeah. And, I believed in it too because the music was fire. But whenever you recorded that first record, who'd you show?
Man, that's a good question. I think I might have shown my brother first.
What was the
my
feedback?
brother.
Were they like, man, leave this shit alone? What
Nah,
are you
nah,
doing?
nah,
Or
my
were they
brother-
like, bro, this is it?
Yeah, my brother always believed in my music. So for him, it's like, is this releasable type, And if of course he's like, yeah, this is dope, this, that. So once I started reaching out to my other friends and getting their opinions on it, it was just like I said, I really didn't care what they thought, right? But you want to know if the song, if
You want to know what the feedback is.
Yeah, so from there, it was just, they always told me, man, this is your time to do music now. The baseball's done with. So, keep at it and send me the next song. So
Wow.
I just started making more music and the features started coming. Every time I came up here, like I wasn't even trying to get no features and somehow the opportunity came up, so.
Absolutely. And even when the album came out, I flew out to the Valley for the Consistency album. And when I seen how the people embraced you like a local celebrity out there, and I have to ask this question because, I do wonder, is that expected or is it surprising? Are you like, about time?
Nah,
Like, do the other baseball players, have they known that you did music, and are they like appreciative and
yeah,
all
so
that?
when I played back then, they would play my music in the locker rooms and stuff. So
Oh,
a lot of
wow,
these
so they're
artists,
supportive.
Yeah, they were supportive. Over there playing baseball, it was a lifestyle of a rapper, but obviously an athlete. So it prepared me, I guess, for a lot of what this lifestyle may have. So
I asked that because when I go down there, it's not a hip-hop culture.
no, it ain't.
It's very Mexican-oriented. That's why I'm like, man, you sticking out the way you do. I don't know if they're like oh, he's trying to act like he's black or he's trying to, but when I went out there, man, the love was there. Everyone was supporting you. You're really bringing out and putting on for the city, to me, the right way. Like from the
Right.
music to the look to the videos. On the videos, are those your ideas or you give it to the video director and say, hey, what do you think?
The actual videos we got, I let the the video guys take care of that. I want to be able to tap into their world and let them be a professional in what they do.
'Cause that video looked fun. It's you, Faux Mob, about 6 or 1,700 girls.
Man, we actually pulled up to downtown. We had like a little performance, like a little MC. And one of the guys there was like, hey, we're going to be at the after party, and accidentally gave the address without the owner even.
That looked like a crib.
It was. So he gave the address to a house, and we didn't feel like anybody was going to pull up like that. We had the whole block shut down.
He said it out loud in the club.
Yeah, the whole block was shut down. The whole block. When we got there, we're like, what? There was like 300 cars, the whole block all the way around, like 4 cops just waiting to see what we were going to do. Homie started charging at the door. We're like, what you doing, man? We need people to leave. Only 40 people coming in. I think we had about 200 in that place, though, man.
That is crazy. So, also to piggyback off of that question, do you feel like you're getting more and more known? Everyone that listens to your music becomes a fan, and that's why I tell them to go jam it so that they can add it to their playlist. But do you feel like, in your mind, did you blow up off of the streets, hearing your music playing everywhere, or did you blow up off the internet?
I think it's a little bit of both. A little bit of both, because being out with the homies that I send the music to, they're the ones tapped in the streets. So, and then
When I went out there, you were getting played on the radio, you were getting played in the clubs, you were getting played. I'm like, where's all this coming from? Was that you?
Just tapping into everything, possible, from the news channels to radio to the promoters to the homies in the streets.
Oh, so it wasn't like you posted on a blog and then the internet blew you up. It's like, nah, man. It was
it wasn't like that. And then I'm also tapped in still to the baseball academy, so I got a lot of youth that play for our baseball teams, or they play against us, so they hear about it. Sometimes you'll see there is this coach, because I run tournaments. I have a couple teams that I manage and coach, and we have like an academy
So
where
that's why all the
building.
communities rock with you.
So I think we tap in a little bit of everywhere, so that's why people know who I am, and I've always had a good reputation down there, so I think that holds weight.
Do they compare you to anybody? Like who does Uno G jam? Who's 2 artists on the playlist right now?
Oh, man, I would probably say right now I'm listening to Lil Baby, Chris Brown, Drake, Lil Wayne.
Is there any big artists that they compare you to out there?
Not really. I don't really hear anything, to be honest. I don't really hear any
That's
comparisons.
good, though. That's
they say
good.
I
That
sound
way
like
you're
myself. Obviously
Yeah.
there's influences, right? But
Nah,
yeah.
to me that's dope because having your own sound, that's the step to making it. Because you being Uno G. But the name, though, how you get that name?
Playing ball was number one, but in our reality, like Uno G is for me, like personally, is one God. So under one God, one man, one love, we're all one.
Wow, that's
you know what I mean. We're all one, so that's something
that
that
makes
I
the name doper to me.
Yeah, that was something that I tied it in. Plus, I was going off Uno as well by itself, and when you type that in the Google search, it was gonna come. The card games come out, So it's like, how you gonna top the card games? So once you added the G to it, now you can search it up and it pops up immediately.
So that's everywhere. All streaming platforms, they just look up Uno space G.
Yeah, just Uno G and it comes out. And I got on social media, I am Uno G. That's what the tag
I need
is.
to follow my family right here. I'm telling you, the music, the popularity, everything is. Do you feel like right now you're at your peak musically? Or not?
I think I am, man. Like right now, I just want to get back in the studio. I'm just anything I hear, I right away. The melodies are coming out. I just want to write to it. I just want to record. But I know that right now, I put too much money and too much time into that consistency album. So
yeah, it needs to be heard.
I definitely want to push it out some more before even thinking of teasing another album. And I have an album, Underground, at UnoG.store that you can go and donate whatever you want to donate, and you got an Underground, unreleased, unofficial album that I also got. So,
and that's for your real supporters.
And that's for the people that have been there.
To me, that's
day
smart.
ones, yeah.
You've been very smart with the branding and the Uno G and having a meaning behind it. Yeah. It's not just one of them. I picked a name out of right. Everything has meaning, and that's significant, especially nowadays. It's cool to be different. It's cool to stick out. And I think that's what you're doing, representing South Texas and not being a stereotypical Latin rapper in that lane. You have to think you're commercialized, and then you're working with some big names. Do you ever feel like, yeah, they didn't kill me? They did, you know, because it is competitive.
Yeah, it is.
Are you trying to kill the people you working with?
Of course. That's what it's about. I feel like any record I've been on with any feature, I think I held my own. So
Me too. And to me, that's dope. That says a lot.
Right.
I like the record with you and OC Chris. He's a Dallas Star right now. I think that's a slept-on record.
That beat was that beat by some of my homies was like, whoever you put on that, make sure you put somebody good, because that's the one I'm really feeling. So OC Chris picked that beat out, and it was one of those where it's kind of slept on, but it's getting more views. I see the Spotify.
Yeah, I see the streams are picking up.
Just picking up, and I'm like, okay. I think I even messaged K1 about it, and he was showing love too. So I was telling him that the record was doing pretty well. No, these records, they haven't been pushed out by the main artists.
No.
There's no retag. There ain't no.
I even liked how you worked with them on the rise. Like, you worked with Fomob early in his career, and Chris and all these people. So when it dropped, it's right. That's why they're gaining now. Like, here in 3 months, they could be big records.
That's very true.
And that's why we need y'all to go jam Uno G, subscribe. All the music, the Consistency album is out now. What short-term goals are you thinking for 2026? You trying to reach 10,000 subscribers? You trying to reach 1 million views? What does Uno G think he can do in 2026?
I'm trying to get to 1 million views at least on one of the streams on one of our tracks. I know that the OT Records got 500,000 already. I know the Fomob and the OC Chris is getting up
OT
there.
Records are good one too. Another one.
Yeah, so he's got about 500,000 streams, maybe a little bit more already. So just trying to get to that million mark, I think is a good goal for myself, so that way I can continue to try to push these other records to get there as well. And once you get there, it just looks a little different. You know, I look at some of these other artists, and it's like looking at a 0.2 ERA. You know, you want to have those numbers that stand out. So definitely trying to get that million mark.
That's be dope. And I asked that question because I feel like we have to say it. When we say it, we put that energy in the atmosphere. That's what's going to make it happen, man. We need to get him to that milli. All right, y'all go add Uno G to the playlist. Y'all support him, and he's got exclusive. If you want to support him, you name the price. You can get, what was the name of the album?
Consistency.
No, the one that they can support.
Oh, that's Underdog.
Underdog.
UnoG.store.
The names. Yeah. Dope names.
It was crazy because you just had, was it Lacey Nicole? And she's like, I'm about to release something with Underdog. I was telling Trap, I was like, I already released an Underdog. You're going to have to pick something else. But yeah, UnoG.store. I got nine songs on that one that just dropped like 2-3 weeks ago.
Hey, and that's why everybody, because of Flyable Charger Radio, I try to highlight artists that you should add to your playlist and that they're jamming. They got a lot of motion, and that's why they come to the big station, man. Any last minute shout out you want to get out?
Man, I want to give a big shout out to my sponsors, Valle Verde, down on 17th Street, McAllen, Texas, and Green Roads, Moses Lake, Washington. Big shout out, man.
Hey, big shout out to the sponsors, and it seems like all the business you got is going right. The songs are gaining numbers organically. We see it. You're on tour right now. You're doing shows. Hey, why wouldn't you support them? You know what I'm saying? It's going down. And remember, Fly Muchacho Radio, this is where we highlight people that's making noise. Y'all go follow I Am Uno G on Instagram, Uno G on all platforms. Okay. My dog Uno G is a man. Professional baseball player, and you played in Mexico. So you were living in Mexico during this time?
Yeah, I lived out there for 13 years, pretty much like 8-9 months out of the year. So I know Mexico like...
Because Mexico right now is trending. Like what's going on over there, I don't fully understand, but it seems like the government and the cartels beef, or like, do you know anything about that living over there?
What I've heard up to now, just from family back home, the news, Mexico just killed the cartel leader from Mexico out of the Guadalajara area.
That crossed the line?
What was that?
That crossed the line?
Yeah, that's like, I'm assuming they have a pact. We all know how Mexico works, right? So they're supposed to just let them do their work outside of letting people live, you know, the normal civilians. So what they're saying is that the Trump administration helped the government of Mexico find the leader. So now these guys are causing havoc. They're burning hospitals, or they're burning gas stations, they're killing people, they're getting tourists. Like, it's all over right now, the news feed. So, and I lived out there, and I can tell you right now that this was bound to happen at some point, because the
Wow.
cartels they've been dominating Mexico for way too long. Like nobody fears the government, nobody fears the police. Like they don't have no authority over there. Like you got to watch out for the
But
cartels.
they fear the cartels are
Yeah, they're the ones that run everything. The police work for them. Shoot, when I got
They
picked,
made a pact with them, like, as long as you don't mess with us.
when I got picked up by the cartel, the police was the one that told them I was there. Like, looked like a suspicious person from another city. So the cop was like, "Is this someone else dealing drugs on our streets? I need to tell the cartel." So they came and like, so everything goes back to the cartel.
Oh, wow.
So they couldn't find out how to get to this guy, and I think USA helped them. So now the cartel is just blowing everything up.
That is crazy to hear.
Yeah.
And even like I mean the Trump administration, he's different. Like even right now, the whole
He's gonna have to get involved.
F-ICE movement,
Yeah, the crazy thing about that is there's a big we're hearing it debate on ICE, but ICE, I mean there's an ICE version in Mexico. It's called INM, and the last 2 years they've deported the most deportations in the history of Mexico. So I don't understand why
who are they deporting?
For people from Guatemala, Central America, South America. Me, as someone that lives in the States, if I go to Mexico and I don't have a permit, they can take my vehicle away. I can get checked in. They do the same thing.
If you go in Mexico, like you go deep in.
Yeah, if you go to the border town, you're good. You can go in and come back. But once you pass the checkpoint, the way we have our checkpoints over here, then if you don't have your permits, if your stuff ain't correct, they're gonna do the same thing to you over there that they do to you here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So.
And you've lived in the States and in Mexico I
have family right now in Mexico, and I live in the border town. And I lived for 13 years over there. So everything that I'm hearing or that I said I've lived it or I know of.
Man, that is crazy to hear.
Yeah, it really don't have anything to do with like Republican or Democrat. It's just ICE over here is doing what they're doing in Mexico. It's just same thing.
Man, prayers for Mexico and everything that's going on right now. There's some tragedies, and it's just hard to hear and hard to see. And being of Mexican descent, I don't know. Sometimes I don't even know what to say, and it's crazy. But I knew you were an athlete over there, and that's why I had to ask, because it's in. We talk about current events, so it's in the headlines. So
yeah, I think that's gonna be a trending event for a good little while. Hopefully it ain't. Hopefully this gets situated quickly. But
yeah. Definitely.
This is the first time that this is going on in Mexico, if not in a long time. So it's a big deal.
Wow.
Yeah, it's never.
That's crazy.
This is to another level.
Hey man, I believe in the power of prayer. Prayers for Mexico.